How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Lead Therapy, and thank you so very much for taking time for tuning into my video. I'm making this video on September 11th, 2022, 21 years to the day we were attacked by terrorists in our own country. And then I have this story which really pisses me off. 2 Ivy League law professors would like to scrap the Constitution of the United States. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be educated in America's most prestigious law academies? If so, you're in luck, as the New York Times published an op-ed last week, co-authored by 2 professors from arguably 2 of the most elite law schools in the nation. The brilliant insight they wish to share with the world beyond their ivory towers says all that needs to be said about how America's top lawyers are being educated these days. The article's thesis is that America's constitutional republic should be disbanded. The article, called "The Constitution is Broken and Should Not Be Reclaimed," was written by Ryan D. Doerfler and Samuel Moyn of the law schools at Harvard and Yale, respectively. They advocate for pretty openly defying the Constitution to get to a more democratic order, one that would be insulated from judicial review. The American Constitution and other founding-era documents provide the framework upon which our entire system of government is built. Like much of the law, though, the Constitution provides some very clear requirements, and some others that have required interpretation by American courts. Thus, there remains a large area of debate about constitutional meaning, which varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, with legislatures and inferior courts at the federal and state levels resolving most disputes and establishing the rules that apply within their spheres of authority. The system has generally provided a peaceful, prosperous, innovative, and relatively, although not perfectly, fair environment for Americans to thrive. The results speak for themselves, as the comparatively young country of the United States is predominantly the economic, military, technological, and culture power in the world today. Of course, fundamental constitutional debates remain, including how to interpret the Constitution's meaning and apply it to the current conditions, and whether the deliberately limited and measured pace of federal government operations keep up with the rapidly changing world. However, the 2 law professors, Doerfler and Moyn, believe the entire system should be scrapped in favor of one that prioritizes pure majoritarian politics. They embrace this idea because they are far to the left politically. Their side has recently suffered some setbacks at the Supreme Court. They admit the Constitution doesn't necessarily embody their policy preferences, and they manifestly believe that democratic trends and political dynamics favor their views. As pure theory, contemplating different governmental arrangements may be an interesting thought experiment. Yet American lawyers, as officers of the courts and guardians of the country's legal order, swear an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. It's difficult to imagine how publicly advocating how to subvert the Constitution is consistent with this oath. It's also ironic given the Biden administration's obsessive focus on combating supposed right-wing extremism, a term that always seems to alight on ordinary Americans with limited means and influence. What, after all, could be more extreme than arguing to Congress to openly defy the Constitution and end America as we know it? The authors, moreover, are not just 2 random cranks on social media. They are law professors with the opportunity to instill their views in students who will go on to occupy some of the most influential legal jobs in the public and private sector. Messy as it is, America's constitutional system currently gives all sides the ability to participate, and when they do not prevail, the hope to regroup and work within the system to fight another day. But as ever, elites like Doerfler and Moyn want to rig the system so that they can always win. This didn't work out so well for King George III. However, as long as the American spirit prevails and treasure and promote our founding ideas and aspirations, anti-constitutionalists like these 2 professors will be consigned to seethe in the pages of like-minded publications. It is instructive, however, to know what some ambitious reformers would do if they could, thanks to the Second Amendment and the rest of the Constitution. However, they cannot. May it ever be so. I'd like to hear your thoughts about the story in the comment section down below. What do you think about these 2 law professors wanting to scrap the Constitution? And as always, if you enjoyed the video, or if I gave you some information you didn't know, Please take time to like, share, and subscribe and hit those post notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next video.